Welcome back. You are watching Municipal Notebook. Our guest tonight is Daniel Vovak, also known as the Wig Man. He is a Republican running for the county executive seat here in Montgomery County. Daniel, let's talk a little bit about the transportation problem that we have here in Montgomery County. As you know, the streets are clogged here. We have major traffic problems. Two areas where we really want to get things moving is with the Purple line and the City Corridors Transitway. Two projects. How do you feel about those two projects, and what would you do to get more money from Annapolis for transportation here?
Great question. The question I think many people are thinking of. Governor Ehrlich, I'm a Republican, so I always try to think of what are the other Republicans doing, and Governor Ehrlich has stated that he does not support the Purple line as we all think of the Purple line here in Montgomery County. And this is my major difference with Bob Ehrlich. I want to see a vibrant, active Purple line. I want to see it functional. I want to see it working. And I want to do everything I can to get that Purple line going. I actively use our public transportation system. I take the Metro. I'll be teaching a movie class tonight on it. I'll take the train in downtown. I take the Metro back. I do everything I can to make that thing happen. We need to be aggressive in getting the Purple line funded. And as a county executive, should I be elected, I will be pushing aggressive with that. And I'll be working with Governor O'Malley if he wins, or even Bob Ehrlich. I'll be resisting him every way. We need to have the Purple line. It needs to be here.
Right. That brings me to my next question, is getting money from Annapolis. It's a real problem right now. It's one of the reasons we have a budget shortfall. What can we do to ensure that we get the money from Annapolis that we need for these projects and to help fund education and other areas where we're in need here in Montgomery County?
You know, Montgomery County is a diversified area. We all know that, and it's internationally diverse. And I've had a lot of interviews with the county executive race. And one of the interviews I had was with a Chinese newspaper. I didn't even know there was a Chinese newspaper. And in media, we tend to follow these things. So I had this interview, and I thought, you know, the most advanced train line in the world right now is in China. Within a 2-year period, the Chinese advanced, put this massive train system. It's now the most advanced. It wasn't around 4 years ago, but now it's there. And I thought, America needs to move towards trains. We need to move away from oil. We all know this, but it's more lip service than it is action. And I thought, why don't we work with foreign governments in some type of a joint venture to actually get the Purple line to be a massive line, you know, an amazing modern line. I think of the Metro, it moves through.
Right.
I'm thinking of something that's smooth, maybe magnetic, these fancy systems that are there, and partner with another government. And then what that would be is, the United States tends not to trust foreign countries. We, for reasons that are obvious, sometimes we don't trust them. But we could look with the Chinese, maybe the Germans, or some of the other national train systems that are out there, and we could work and partner with them paying some of the bill, to get them to have this small line that's about 25 to 30 kilometers long, which the Purple line is, and to work with us on it. And if they can do, and we can trust them with this small line, then I think maybe they could look at the longer lines, you know, the 3,000 miles across country, you know, the lines also in Ohio, lines in Florida, lines maybe even up the coast of the West Coast that have been considered. We can look at those, but America's never going to trust them until it's done on a small level. And I think they would have an interest here because all the national politicians would use it. They would go on that line. They would use it. Some of them live in Chevy Chase and in Bethesda, Potomac. We could get that going here, even the other line going more north to Science City. I know this has not been proposed.
No.
I know this is fresh for you, but it's believable. We want to see a train system. International companies want to get a niche into the American system. And I think that's where we could start with it. We start with our little line. It's mostly in Montgomery County. It's only about 30-kilometer system, and it's a test system. Now, granted, they're investing into that, but we can reap from that. Montgomery County can get that going.
So you think we can partner with a foreign government to help us with our transportation needs here in Montgomery County?
We have to partner with foreign governments. We partner with foreign governments all the time, you know. We could do it. And I thought even all those train stops, we could even name them after some of the foreign countries that are out there. We could have, you know, a business community with many different countries. We need to be doing that. We're a diversified community. In our county, Montgomery County, and in Maryland in general, We're not afraid of foreign countries, foreign people, accents. We need to embrace them, not be against them. Normally, sometimes we need to be a little careful, but normally we need to embrace what is different. It works for us, as I'm hoping the Democrats embrace the Republicans. But I think we could do that with I know that's new with it, but it can work. I mean, people are going to invest in that.
What about Metro with all the problems it's had lately with safety, and now they're going to be raising their rates? Talk to me a little bit about that. We want to push public transportation, but it seems as though we're doing everything to push against public transportation. What can be done about that?
Well, I know like Amtrak gets a lot of hits. People are upset about Amtrak and it doesn't run at a profit. Well, you know, I live on a New Market. It's in Middle Bethesda. I'm about a block from Walt Whitman. And my road doesn't run on a profit. I'm not paying a fee directly, a toll on my little road. And the trains aren't sustainable unless investment is made. And just like the government needs to make investments into roads, it needs to make investments into trains. And there's this belief that says that our train system or the metro system, that it's sustainable, that it works and stuff. These elevator shortages, my gosh, I like the fact, sometimes when they break down, I like the fact that the escalators break down because I get a little exercise out of it. I think exercise is good, but that's a lot of exercise.
Yeah, it is a lot.
It is a little burst, but we need to be sustainable with trains. I'll tell you what I'm disappointed with I think as a Democrat issue, pushing public transportation. When the Washington, D.C. metro system was built, it was the most advanced in the world. Does anyone think that today, that it's the most advanced in the world? We need to expand the train systems. Sometimes trains don't expand because people perceive it as a racial issue. I don't think that's as much true in this area of the country. Yeah, they need to expand. People like trains. They use them. It works for it. It works for us. We need to look at that system. Now, the trouble is, do you want an ICC that's a toll road, or do you want a train system? You know, Ike Leggett was involved in that system. Our county council was involved in that system. Did they use the muscle with Bob Ehrlich on the train system when the ICC was going into the Purple Line? No. Why aren't we doing that? Why didn't they push for that? There's this ignorance that the county executive and the county council have, that they have no influence in Annapolis. This is the largest county in Maryland. We need to get our share. We're 1 out of 6 voters here. There's also the second most registered Republicans in Montgomery County. And a lot of Republicans, too, they vote in those Democratic primaries that are out there because they want to be where the action is. Well, this time, I think there can be some action among the Republicans. If they were doing their jobs, people wouldn't be kicking them out. All that anger, there's hurt, there's confusion among voters in general, indecisiveness, and I believe that perplexity is going to move to the county executive race. I mean, the governor race is familiar with everything. Everyone's familiar with the governor race. I don't think there's anger with Barbara Mikulski. She's understood. She's understood with it. And the Congress people, I have my disagreements certainly with Chris Van Hollen, but he's entrenched. Ike Leggett isn't entrenched. That's why I'm running against him.
So you think you have a real shot to beat him?
I do. I do have a good shot to beat him. And I'm 38 years old. I can invest a long time into Montgomery County.